Ready for another successful fishing season. Now is the time to start restocking the lakes and rivers with fish to make sure they are ready to go for the season. Bald Hill Fish Culture Station in Newark is hard to work, growing and raising hundreds of fish. Salmon, rainbow, brown trout, and walleye fish are all raised at this facility.
And this is the busiest time of year for us. The lakes are starting to melt and lose their ice. The stream levels are going down, so it's a great time for us to get the fish in there. People are excited about fishing. The weather's starting to warm up, so we're doing our best to get as many trout out there as we can.
Police found 30-year-old Cecilia Humphrey intoxicated and laying along train tracks behind Lindenville Hardware a little after 4:30 p.m. yesterday. She did not suffer any serious injuries and was arrested for disorderly conduct.
And loaded.
Dan Camber, who is the auto teacher at the school, finds time in his day to teach the ways of a shotgun to students interested in the arts of clay shooting. All of the guns and equipment are provided by the school. Some of his teaching has led one student to becoming the best shooter in New England. It takes a lot of dedication and hard work to achieve such a title.
Took a lot of rounds up at the club, took a lot of rounds practicing, took a lot of rounds competing, took a lot of failure, but you can't have success without having those times where you fail.
Kids, they'll go and they'll shoot, and out of 25 shots, they'll bust 20 of them, you know, which they're really doing well. So it's awesome to see these kids grow doing it.
4% higher funding. The students of Miller Run School will get more chances and experiences based on the school's budget increasing. The school's principal said they will put more money towards technology and activities for students.
We're very lucky this year. Our budget passed on the first vote. That's sometimes hard to do because there's two towns involved, Sheffield and Wheelock. And this year both towns approved our budget. And our actual budget is down about $500,000. But because we have fewer students than in the past, it looks like it costs more per student to educate them.
A Vermont congressman made a visit to Linden State College today to continue his series Congress on Your Campus. Peter Welch held a town hall style meeting today in the Moore Community Room. Welch focused on issues related to Vermont and what is currently happening in Washington. The congressman has been making trips to different places around the state, including college campuses, to hear concerns from residents.
Really, for me, very important and quite enjoyable is to come on campus, meet with students, hear what's on their mind. And it's always inspiring for me. Here's why. There's a lot of idealism here. There's a lot of commitment to the future of our state and our country.
It is past us at a very safe distance. The asteroid is called 2014 J025 and is about 2,000 feet in diameter and will be moving at about 75,000 miles per hour. The observatory in Peacham will be watching this object closely with its telescope as it passes by Earth about 1.1 million miles away, which is about 4.5 times the distance from Earth to the Moon. Several asteroids pass Earth at this distance weekly. However, they are not nearly as large. The size and shape of the asteroid is determined by the brightness through the telescope in relation to the stars around it.
We have a telescope here that's capable of photographing it and following it as it moves pretty quickly through the background of stars. So the stars are billions of times further away. And so we'll see this as a little dot moving across the stars. Or we can have the telescope tracking the asteroid, and then all the stars will seem to move. And that's probably what we'll end up doing.
According to the coordinator, you will be...
The original call occurred on April 14th around 4 p.m. in the afternoon. Hikers described a male hiking the trail with no pants or underwear on. The location was close to the nude beach located on Willoughby Lake. After another incident of nudity occurred on April 18th, police got involved.
The Vermont House of Representatives.
Waterford, East Burke, and Concord. According to a family member, Wesley Kidder discovered the fire as he was arriving at the house on 194 Main Street. Kidder and his wife were in the process of moving from the home. The fire destroyed most of the house and also caused water damage. Concord Fire Chief Richard Fisher explained electrical fires are uncommon in the area.
Smoke coming out of the vents and stuff. We put one crew up inside and they had fire in the ceilings. They were able to knock that down, but we got some more help here to start opening things up.
Vermont Restaurant Week is set to begin Friday the 21st and run through April 30th.
No, we did it last year also, and it was a huge success, so we thought we'd try it again this year.
Restaurants like the Kingdom Tap Room will be participating in the 9-day event, with the benefits going to the Vermont Food Bank.
The proceeds to some of this goes to the Vermont Food Banks. I'm not sure quite all the details of that, but there's quite a bit that we do to make it work.
Faith in Action, which holds the twice-monthly food shares in the area, are able to do the things they do because of the Vermont Food Bank. According to Faith in Action, in 2016, they served roughly 5,300 people in just over 500 communities, moving over 260,000 pounds of food.
We could learn to appreciate giving instead of taking all the time.
Andrew Clark, News 7, St. Johnsbury.
Around the town of Lyndonville, you probably noticed local construction. After a long winter, the town decided to clean up the streets by sweeping and dusting the roads that are filled with salt, sand, and other debris. The streets that were cleaned were Main Street, Church Street, and Center Street.
I work for the Village of Lyndonville, and right now we're sweeping and picking up all the piles of the sand and everything else that was on the sidewalks.
Today, nearly